All right, on tonight's episode of Python Papi, we're back inside of our artificial intelligence course, and we're still in our uncertainty module. Let's have a look at what we went over tonight. Now, tonight we went over some extra probability rules that are really important to what we're doing. So I'm going to read a few of them to you. Now we going to take a look at the marginalization here. Now, marginalization is answering the question of how do we figure out the probability of A using some other variable that we have access to, like B. Even if we don't know information about it, we know that B, some event, can have two possible states. Either B happens or B doesn't happen, assuming it's a Boolean, true or false. And what that means is that for us to be able to calculate the probability of A, there are only two cases. Either A happens and B happens, or A happens and B doesn't happen. These are two disjoint, meaning they both can't happen together. Either B happens or B doesn't happen. There are separate cases. And so we can figure out the probability of A just by adding up those two cases. The probability that A is true is the probability that A and B is true, plus the probability that A is true and B isn't true. So by marginalization, we've looked at the two possible cases that might take place. Either B happens or B doesn't happen. And in either of those two cases, we look at what's the probability that A happens. And if we add those together, then we get the probability that A happens as a whole. And this will be the equation that represents that. So this is the probability of A equals the probability of A and B plus the probability of A and not B. So that was just one of the rules that we went over, one of the extra rules that we went over tonight. Let me see if I get the yeah, so we have negation, we have inclusion, exclusion, we read marginalization, and then we had conditioning. So that's some of the things we went over tonight, and we're going to keep moving forward. I'll pick it back up for you guys tomorrow. This is the Python Poppy. You guys stay Gucci.